Hey bros, just me and Spencer again.
Is going on? There's no Ben, there's no Parker, there's no Jordan Zimmerman, there's no Austin.
Remember that guy?
There's no Austin, there's no Ian, there's no Mike Finch, there's no Mush. We did this one time where we said all the guest stars we've had. Cody was here for one time, just like being here. Good times. Anyway, it's just me and Trev, and we're finishing up, I think, today. Link to the Past, and I think Trevor's gonna do 100%.
I did not have time to figure out a route. Sorry.
Rip Areno.
Like, maybe I'll come back and just do the heart pieces, but I doubt it. I think we'll end with 17 hearts.
17? What do you have so far? 14, right?
Yeah, but there's 3 heart containers
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Or no, there's only 2. So I think I need 1 more heart piece to get a heart container.
So, we are going up. Where are you going to? Turtle Rock?
I have to get ether
Oh, yeah.
for the immediate next time.
I always forget about the, halfway, like, after halfway through the Dark World.
Oh, dude, this dungeon is the... Oh, yeah, this dungeon. Just the prime example of that one.
I like how, the text isn't even, like, different. It's just, like, the same repeating thing over and over again. Nice language.
Very good.
Nice ancient Hylian language, bro. So, people out there in YouTube land, how you doing? How are things? Comment below with how things are. How's your job? How's the job search? How's the weather up there for you tall people? It's cold here. On January 11th.
Is it January 11th?
Of some year. There we go. Now it's not so, dated.
Paste,
Wait, no. Dude. Yeah, you could have done it.
The other one is just a 28 heart ruby.
Oh. Nice, you got it.
Got it.
Gonna be up to 18 lads. 18 lads.
No, we're still gonna be 17 because this is what I did when I did the practice run today.
Rip Reno. This is a pretty neat entrance, though, to get in. That you have to have the flute, and then of course you have to have the
power gauntlets.
Second gauntlets, yeah.
Ether, which is not exactly easy to find.
It's probably the hardest one to get in, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because even if you figured out it was there, and you had the flute, and you had the power gauntlet, then you get to this app and you're like, oh, cool, it's another one of those book things.
Yeah, like next one, Turtle Rock, you need Quake, but like you can find Quake so easily. It's just like right in your face.
I think the hardest. Are you gonna have all items?
Yeah, I'll have it. Oh wait, I don't know where the blue cane is. Can you actually look that up?
Yeah, that's why I got internet. Let's see. Blue cane. Zelda. Link to the Past.
I completely forgot about that.
I forget what it's called too. It's some.
Yeah, the blue cane is like.
Cane of Bearna. Okay. The Cane of Bearna is located in a cave on Death Mountain in the Dark World. One common way to get it would be to scale the mountain in the Light World and use the warp tile just below the Tower of Hera. I think that's the one you just used. Once transported to the Dark World, head south and jump down from the little opening along the edge of the cliff. You will land on a small ledge with a cave entrance. Enter the cave. Yeah, pretty much that's it. So, just Dark World when you go to Turtle Rock, and then jump down.
Cool.
It needs a lot of items, but you have them already, like the hammer, and you don't need the cape, but of course that helps.
And I do have the cape anyway.
Bada boom. So, video game stuff. Let's see. 2 weeks until Resident Evil 2. I'll play that. I might even take a copy home day one, which I haven't done since Madden 19. I didn't even do it for Spider-Man. I patiently waited for months to get a bunch of used copies in. I thought my next one would be Last of Us 2, ha 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 ha, or Days Gone.
This year.
Yeah, no, it's not even this year. Isn't Sony not going to E3? Like, wasn't that a thing?
I kind of remember that.
I thought that was Sony. Sony not at E3. Sony is skipping E3. Dude, so what used to be pretty fun, like, because it was one centralized thing, that being E3 for, like, new game news and stuff like that, is pretty lame nowadays. Like, Nintendo doesn't go, right? They do their own thing, right?
They've gone the last couple years, but it seems like they really don't focus on it that much.
They do. It
like
seems...
2016, they literally had 2 games, which was Breath of the Wild and the new Pokemon. That was it.
And it seems like well, they do a lot of Nintendo Directs and all that. And then it seems like, now I don't pay attention at all, but it seems like the Tokyo Game Show still gets a decent amount of people, or like, I don't know, news. So nowadays E3 is just a shell. Like, companies just, I mean, obviously because of social media and stuff like that, they just choose to, you know, like, release it on their own. Like, hey, here's this.
And I can only imagine that E3 every year, they're like, give us more money, and then just over time they're just like, is this even worth it?
And obviously, like, granted, we're talking about companies that have, like, marketing budgets that are like, you know, $100 million for one dang game, but it cannot be cheap. Like, Sony's, like, last year, the thing they did, they rented out, like, a huge ballroom. Am I remembering correctly? It was, like, it was in 2 different places, I think, right? Like, it was in a ballroom, and then they, like, live shot in another place, and you're like, that has to cost hundreds of thousands, if not, like, millions of dollars, just for this, like, you know, show that everyone's just gonna complain about anyway. Like, no one's ever happy about E3. Like, when's the last time you can remember, like, E3 was pretty good all around, you know? Like, it isn't.
Man, this dungeon is just the worst. I hate it. There's no, like, landmarks that you can be like, I know where I'm going. But yeah, E3 sucks. I don't know.
Oh, nice. That's it. It's like, and the worst part is, there's a lot of moments in the history of E3 that were very, like, cringeworthy, but, like, that really hasn't happened much since, like, the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
Like,
there's some companies, like Ubisoft, that, like, have embraced it, and they're just like, memes.
It's so bad. Like, when Reggie Fils-Aimé came out and was like, my body is ready, it's like, oh god, dude.
I wish Reggie was Hank Hill.
He's got Hank's body. But yeah, it was... the mid-2000s were, like, there were a couple years there, like, 06, you had Sony with a giant enemy crab, which is great. And, like, just in general, that, like, the PS3, first E3 was, like, so bad. $599 US and all that, like, just so good. And then 07, you had, like, Activision, who had, what's that guy? That really bad comedian, Jamie Kennedy, where he was, like, super drunk or high or whatever doing it. And he was, like, just, like, his type of comedy is already the worst, but he was like, so, how many virgins do we have in the audience tonight? You? And it was just, like, the worst. But yeah, now there's not a lot of, I like how you saved 2 seconds there, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if it, like, sort of saves time, but I have to do this room again.
But, I was gonna say, they're not, like, funny anymore. Like, they're not, like, so cringe that you're like, And like Trevor said, when companies, like, embrace the memes, it's like, it's dead. Like, any joke is dead when the company's like, oh, ha! Get it? My body is ready.
Yep.
Also, now that the simple fact that games take so damn long to make is like...
Apparently God of War, like the new one, had like 80 developers or something. I forget what they said, but it was something ridiculous. And
well, I mean, Red Dead 2, right? Like, it was like pretty big news that like Rockstar was working everyone to the bone, right? And like, I don't know how many people they had, but it's Rockstar, so it's a good amount, right? And this is a game that got pushed back over and over again, like years and years and years, right? And these people are still working like 14, 16-hour days, 80, 90-hour weeks, right? And still, like, the game gets pushed back. It's like, that's at the point where it's like, games take too long to make. Like, if you are working your entire constituency to the bone, to the point where they're just like, I can't handle it. Like, and then it takes forever, it's like, dude, come on. Like, it's... You know, like, games back in the day, like Ocarina of Time, that game was famously delayed, but it wasn't like, you know, oh, we worked on this for 8 years. It's just, I don't know, it's just brutal.
It is.
Like, there's a lot of games out there that I would bet money would, like, legit never come out, or at least for way into the PS5, like, Kojima's Death Stranding, like... For some reason, I follow him on Twitter, and he'll just be like, today we worked on, and it'll be like the most minor thing, like, one scene's mocap, and you're like...
I would be surprised if Death Stranding ever comes out.
Yeah. So is that the room that makes you have to have the,
I think
the
so.
cane?
I really hope I don't need a key.
But yeah, like, that game is, like, never gonna come out, because it's just, like... Every single thing, it's like every cutscene has to be like mocapped by Daryl from The Walking Dead or whatever, and it's just like, dude, like, these games are cool and all, but it's like, man.
I don't remember needing to do this. Let's do it anyway.
Let's do it.
I will say for Red Dead, Jacob's been playing it a lot, and he just has been playing it for like the last month. Yeah, that's what I thought. Didn't need to do that. But he's been playing it the last month and a half, and every time I come down, like, he plays it a lot. And like, it's just like new stuff. And like, in the middle of the game, it changes main characters, and like, you just figure that like, oh, it's gonna be over soon. And it's just like hours and hours and hours of more stuff. So I think that game just has just too much stuff in it. So I can understand that game taking a million years to make, because it actually has stuff in it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You wanted that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's true, but like maybe put it into 2 installments, because they're still gonna have DLC for it, which is the craziest part.
Slow.
That is some slowdown right there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, at what point is it like these take too long, you know? I like the slimes that fall.
I like how this dungeon is boring.
And it just keeps going on. It's one of those Zelda dungeons where you think, oh, I got the boss key, I'm almost there. It's like, yeah, right, Sonny.
Now we're done. And the boss is one of the easiest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not hookshot? Oh my god, that's slow down.
Slow down.
Hey, Sega does what Nintendo don't. That flash processing, you know. Oh my god, are you serious? Luckily, I have this bow from the very first dungeon of the game.
Like, seriously. I think that's easily the easiest.
The funny thing is, I think that's one of the coolest looking bosses.
I think most of the bosses look cool. Probably the moth one is the worst. But the next one is really cool.
One more well, technically 2 more dungeons, bros.
Yeah, Gan's Castle is actually pretty long.
Do you understand?
It's always just the same thing. I got captured because you can't break the seal. Something Ganon.
See, if Link could talk, he'd be like, yeah.
Mashing that A button.
At least it's one of those games where the option you should choose is at the top. Because sometimes, if they're being real butts, it'll be like the other one, and you're like, no, dang it!
Alright, so now to get the cane. Alright, so you said it was at the portal, and then it was like just jump off.
You just jump off the bottom, yeah.
Okay. Conveniently in the way.
We'll see if that game facts from answer from 7 years ago.
I'm surprised it's 7. You figured it'd be like 20 years ago.
I don't think they had like the answers. You know,
yeah, that's true.
I think that was relatively recent. After our boy CJC sold it to... Who did he sell it to? It's like CNET or something like that. Yep, this looks like... Yeah, this looks like it.
So yeah, it's like possible to do this without this, but it'd be annoying. You pretty much have to have like max hearts.
Or a bunch of fairies. Like, does it start you right there? Just be annoying as heck. Oh, and then you have to get back? Yeah, you definitely die. I bet you $500 though.
I don't know if you can, oh, it gives you a bunch
that
of
the right-hand ones are, magic.
Neat. I wonder if you can do this. Nope. Oh yeah. Should be magic. Nope.
What? Wow!
That's weird.
Glad you didn't take the bet. Wow, they're butts. You're absolutely gonna have to use a fairy. No.
Yeah, that sucks.
You had almost full life too.
I guess they expect you to have like a magic potion or something. So I guess I have to go back to like. There's no way back up. Alright, so I think the cane gives you like invincibility or something. Like, who cares?
You have to use it one time.
For what?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You're just telling me.
Yeah, please use it one time, I guess. In like, what you call it? Like, in the dungeon, just use it and be like, look at that.
Alright. Are you ready for the most hardcore enemy?
Do you have to fight it?
No. It's just easily the hardest enemy in the game.
I like how, what you call it, in Links to the Past, you have to actually fight, like, the Turtle Rock thing.
I guess you won't even see it.
What is it?
It's the, like, the centaur things that shoot arrows at you, energy arrows.
Is it literally not in it?
It's, like, outside here. We'll see it when we have to go to Gan's Castle. The Turtle Rock and Gan's Castle are, like, one screen away. Whoops.
So you could go into Turtle Rock
I'm
after
so glad I had enough magic to
that
do
would have been
that.
so annoying. So you can go into Turtle Rock after the very first,
Yeah, I think the last 3 dungeons you can do in any order.
because all you need is the magic hammer and that Quake, but you can get Quake at any time,
Oh,
right?
you definitely need the cane for this.
Oh, right,
So
yeah.
you have to do the last dungeon. But you could do the 5th and 6th dungeon in any order. In fact, doing 6 and then 5 makes the 5th dungeon way easier. Because you remember that whole, like, block puzzle where you had to go, like, through, like, a million floors.
I like how the thing that you get in level 6 is, like, very required in level 7, but, like, honestly not even used in 6. I think the only reason they put that one room there was to make sure, like, hey, did you get it? Because otherwise, you know, you could easily go through that entire dungeon 6 and be like, I didn't find it.
So a lot of people really dislike this dungeon. I don't think it's that bad, except for the one room that everyone always talks about, the one where you're like in darkness and you have to navigate like through a maze on one of these things. But everything else, it's fun.
Ooh, going for the...
I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Go. No!
That's right, they only
D-pad.
go for a certain period of time. Don't mind me, just going the whole way back.
I can make a loop around here. I do hate sometimes the SNES D-pad. And it's not just the Super Nintendo Classic, which is obviously what we're playing on, it's like the regular one too.
Whew! Crisis averted.
It's just because I was holding left up, or at least I thought I was holding left up.
Look at that mode 7.
I don't even know if that is. It just looks like two sprites flickering in and out.
I suppose I'll just say that every single graphic thing is mode 7.
It definitely looks like just two sprites flickering. But I don't know. Are the platforms mode 7?
What, these platforms?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Take that, enemy.
Please don't be here. Dang it.
Cool.
I didn't even pick it up.
So, what happens if you just run out of magic?
One of the first signs in this dungeon, if you read it, says, if you do not have a magic potion, you should not do this dungeon.
Seriously?
It says, like, I recommend you go back and get a magic potion or something like that. Especially if you don't have the half magic thing.
Yeah.
This dungeon would be a pain.
Wow, that's funny that they actually, like, literally... Oh, it's the Shanahan guy or whatever talking to you? Oh, okay, gotcha. What I was more thinking, it was just funny that, like, if the game told you that, the game was like, hey, bud. But it's, like, through a character, so that makes more sense.
But it's like you're barely talking to them. It's basically just a sign that says, get the magic potion.
Oh, yeah. These things are my favorite thing.
They're pretty cool. You can only imagine that when Link goes through them, he's just being like,
Ow.
just demolished.
Ow, 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 every corner.
Yeah.
I like how every last dungeon in Zelda is like, you're getting the kitchen sink, boy.
I also am a stupid idiot because I need to defeat that jumping guy. I think I was being clever by blocking off the entrance from those things. No! I want all my magic.
Oh, those take... Oh, wow.
Yes, they take magic too.
Fair. That must mean you're getting the shield soon.
You're getting the shield, but it's after. You can't do that room without not having the shield, or you can't do that room with the shield.
Yeah, that's at that point literally unfair.
Alright, so...
Cool!
What did I get? Oh yeah, the big key, or whatever.
Ball. Yikes.
Man, I wasn't even paying attention. Did I get like, anything?
You got the big key.
Okay. I don't know why I just zoned out for a second.
It's time to get comfy in here, boys. My question of the part is, how comfy are you? Where are you right now? Is it comfy? I hope it's comfy. If you're sitting, what are you sitting on? You're sitting on a couch, maybe a chair, maybe a futon.
Okay.
Maybe on the top of the Empire State Building?
I was like, why is this dungeon, like, every enemy taking more than when I did this in practice? And then I remembered you can get the 4th sword before this dungeon, and I just forgot to do it.
You're gonna get the 4th sword, right, though?
Yes, of course.
Based!
I mean, you have to go to that fountain anyway, because you need the silver hours to beat the game, and while you're there, you just get the sword.
Perhaps. Mayhaps. You ever just meet someone that talks like that? Mayhaps.
That's everyone I know.
And then you say, you just shake your head, you go, you're cool.
Look at Link. He can't even see.
God. Either Link, is Link a child in this one?
All the, like, art makes him look like a teenager.
So he's carrying, like, let's say, just say he's like 5 feet tall. He's carrying like a 4.5-foot shield.
Yeah, seriously.
Made of glass, assumingly, or something like that. Based. Oh my god! Oh, thank you.
Alright, so I think...
The worst part about being low is just you're constantly reminded about it. Yes, I get it.
The most important enemies. Okay, yeah, it's definitely nothing.
Did they actually hurt you?
Let's not find out.
I think we just did. I think you were just in their hitbox. Based. Oh, yeah. They're just being mean to you now.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. Wait, is it gonna start me right here? Thank you.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I bet they did that on purpose.
I wasn't even thinking.
Wow. I actually forgot that you could do that with the mirror. I was like, you literally did not save.
I mean, I could have saved and quit either, so there's 2 ways.
That's true.
In fact, the only way to save is to save and quit. Like, there's no save and continue option like the Game Boy Advance version.
This dumb SNES conversion, it is not as based as the GBA one. Stupid, cute little SNES classic.
Here's the room. So I gotta get in the middle. Right.
Dude, this is based.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
No, okay.
Can't you, like, turn at any point, or no?
I've been turning.
Oh. Here we go.
Rip.
Thank you, Base Fairy. Give me that half health back. Yeah, girl.
And when okay, here we go. I was about to say, when I did this room earlier today, I did it in like 2 seconds.
Did you do that on purpose?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
I have to get over here anyway.
Oh, okay. Yay! We did it, boys.
What?
We gonna do it.
Down. Okay. Alright, so
Oh, there's a lot of
think
choices.
It's... yeah, here we go. Cool. Relatively painless.
Yay! How many faris do you have left?
Like 2 or 3. Stop worrying about stuff.
We good. I'm absolutely...
This room sucks, though.
I'm very not worried. That one octa whatever there just to annoy you. Worst. Is this boss hard?
No.
Good.
But I do have to be careful about using magic, because you have to have the ice and fire rod. Thank you.
Oh, ho, ho, get wrecked. Oh, at least you can get a thing.
Come on.
Glorious! putting these enemies here just to be like, hey.
Hello? Is that not how you kill them? Ooh.
Wow. Hey, bud. I will say the enemies in this take so many hearts. Oh, cool! You can fill up all your muff fairies. Mufferys.
It's so annoying to get them. Might as well play it safe.
That's speedrun strats, boys.
Alright, so just so you don't cry, I have 2.
Good. I was actually close to crying, so we're okay. We in it, boys. We in it. So, LP Land, are you excited for when Michael Caddy comes back to visit us and
Is he even doing that?
bodies Gradius 3? We haven't set dates yet, but it's happening. It's happening, lads. And he's been practicing for a whole year on Gradius 3 every day. He's ready.
Alright. Here we go.
Do you have to have the fire and ice rods?
You do.
Or like
If you do not stun them with it, you can't kill them.
Do you get them both in dungeons or elsewhere?
The ice rod you just find at like a cave.
Oh, now it's like a little like snake. That's right. Speedrun, slow down strats. Hey, what's the weak spot? I like how that ice just stays there the whole damn time.
It's kind of cool how it's programmed. Like they change the tiles for each one. Pretty cool.
Yeah. We did it, boys. Now we can save. We save Ganon and destroy Zelda, right?
No, I'm just gonna die.
Now that's the smartest thing I've heard all day. Hey, it's me. Yeah, this is Zelda, right? Yeah. Hey, boy. I appreciate your coming so far. But, however, I am seeing someone. Sorry. That's what she says. I'm kind of seeing Ganon.
Epic joke.
Dwarf, I guess.
Are you gonna make a Peach and Bowser joke next?
Bowser Lena. Or what was it? Bowsette.
Bowser, you remember that? The thing that blew up for about 3 days.
What a meme!